absolutely Aussie. Today, I will be having 7 guests to talk about Module 9 From Courage to Moral Courage, Lesson 1 Types of Courage. But before that, let's play a game. The title of our game is Courage or Moral Courage, This or That. Before we start the game, let me explain what is courage and moral courage. Courage is required to take action when one has doubts or fears about the consequences, while moral courage therefore involves deliberation or careful thought. Now we know the differences, let's proceed to the instruction of our game. Number 1, the host will read the question. Number 2, kindly press the raise your hand button if you want to answer. Number 3, you will be given 5 seconds to answer the question. Let's start. For question number 1, standing up to a bully on the playground, picking up litter, courage or moral courage? Okay, Adeline? Alright, that's the correct answer. For question number 2, doing homework or chores without being reminded. Kimberly?
Yes, moral courage.
Alright, moral courage is the correct answer. For question number 3, trying a food that you've never tried before. Is it courage or moral courage? Jennifer?
The answer is courage.
That's the correct answer. For question number 4, a teacher who gives all students an equal voice regardless of race, socioeconomic status, religion, gender, or sexual orientation. Jeff, you're raising your hand.
Yes. The answer is moral courage.
Yes, it's the correct answer. Let's proceed to question number 5. Question number 5. Engaging in a new experience. Cherry Ann? Yes, that's the correct answer. Question number 6. Doing something that might be a little risky, such as skydiving or riding a bike for the first time. Edrelyn again? Yes, courage is correct. Question number 7. A company whistleblower risking job loss, financial cost, and or legal repercussion. Michael?
Well, the answer is moral courage.
That's the correct answer. For question number 8. Standing up for yourself. Is it courage or moral courage? Okay, Michael again?
The answer is courage.
Okay, the correct answer is courage. For question number 9, doing something by yourself for the first time. Yes, Kimberly?
Yes, courage.
The correct answer is courage. For our last question, question number 10. Reporting a crime. Is it courage or moral courage?
The answer is moral courage.
Okay, for the last question, let's see if moral courage is correct. Okay, moral courage is correct. We've known the difference between courage and moral courage. Later, we will be talking about what are the different types of courage. But before that, let me say these words. Everyone has a sense of courage, but finding it and acting out of it may be difficult for some. Though everyone wants it and has full understanding of what courage is. Not everyone is enabled to confront and withstand danger, fear, difficulty, pain, uncertainty, intimidation, humiliation, and the likes as possible consequences of courageous acts. Though there are situations where a compelling reason to speak up, to do an act, or to make a decision becomes overwhelming than to do nothing or say nothing. Still, real heroes are hard to find and we end up daydreaming fictional characters coming alive. Now, as courage is found in many situations, there are many types of courage to speak about. I will be inviting our guests for today. May I introduce to you our guest speakers for today. Good day to all our guests. Let us ask Mr. Michael Angelo Billones what is his insight or opinion on social courage. Mr. Billones?
What is social courage? Well, social courage is a type of courage that a person must have in order to voice out his opinion towards others, to socialize, to be a part of community or society rather. Social courage means that if a person voice out his opinion, even if it means disapproval or rejection of others, that is social courage.
Alright, that is social courage. Thank you for sharing, Mr. Billones. Now let's talk about what is intellectual courage to be discussed by Miss Jennifer Cruz. Miss Cruz?
Intellectual courage. Intellectual courage is reason as a natural attribute of man entails that we have inclinations to engage in changing ideas, to raise doubts as mode of thinking, and to take risks in committing mistakes. Intellectual courage means being intrinsically motivated to learn and question rather than extrinsically motivated.
Alright, now let's have Miss Edralyn Francia to talk about emotional courage. Miss Francia? That's a great explanation, Miss Francia. Before we move forward, let's have a short break. Stay tuned, everyone!
Finger and clover, they go together. Finger and clover, my love affair. Lahat sisimutin sarap ay uubusin. Lover ng clover, my clover finger.
Simut sarap kasama ang Clover.
Welcome back to Absolutely Aussie. Are you guys having fun? We heard from our guests what is social courage, intellectual courage, and also emotional courage. Now, let's have spiritual courage. I will call Miss Cherry Ann Betano to hear what spiritual courage is.
What is spiritual courage? This type of courage is found in faith. Spiritual courage means being able to handle the deepest question about why we are here, what is our life for, do I have a purpose, and the others. These questions are profound and often do not have answers. To become vulnerable to our morality and beingness is a part of spiritual courage.
Alright, let's move forward. Thank you, Miss Betano, for sharing. Next, we will talk about physical courage to be discussed by Miss Kimberly Fajardo.
Physical courage. It involves developing physical strength, stamina, awareness, resilience, and fortitude. Physical courage is our ability to take the risk for discomfort, pain, injuries, and even death.
Thank you, Miss Fajardo, for your wonderful discussion. We've learned a lot. Now we are on the last type of courage. Are you still with me? Alright, last but not the least, the most awaited, the moral courage. What is moral courage? Moral courage, this type of courage necessitates doing the right thing at the expense of disapproval, inconvenience, punishment, loss of job, or security. It impels us to take cognizance of our own responsibilities and see the consequences of our own action. Moral courage is the ability to take a moral stand while the greatest fear is found in loss of moral integrity or authenticity leading to social disapproval. That is moral courage. Now we know the types of courage and we learned a lot from our guest today. Now you will hear what Absolutely Aussie learned from this lesson.
I have learned to differentiate ordinary courage from moral courage.
I learned that courage is both a feeling state and value that elevates in the ethical plan when courage is found in moral setting.
We learn a lot of different types of courage in Module 9, but this type of courage in particular really caught my attention, which is the social courage. This type of courage is the ability of a person to voice out her inner thoughts, even if it means embarrassment to himself or receiving disapproval to others. So yeah, that's what I learned.
I learned courage is an ethical promise. If it's applying
I learned that courage is made easier when you have little to fear.
It helps us address ethical issues and take action when doing things right.
Based on my learnings, I've observed that many people is discouraged and he needed to be encouraged. So, as a host, I would like to say that let us be the source of encouragement of every people around us. Alright, this has been Absolutely Aussie. Thank you for watching. See you on our next episode. Bye!
Sidestep right after my